Okay, I think we are live. Well, thank you, Cheryl, for joining me. Monday morning, starting the week, getting the kids to school, getting the babies settled. I really appreciate you do this. Um, so yes, I just wanted to introduce you guys to my dear friend Cheryl. Cheryl and I have actually known each other for several years now. We connected through PIO. Both of us are PIO instructors. We ended up getting certified in PIO. We were PIO students, and then we ended up getting certified in PIO together. And Cheryl just has a really neat background and vision for holistic health and wellness and wanting to serve people in that way through lots of different avenues, which we're going to talk about a little bit more today. But Cheryl agreed to come on and let me interview her and just let her share a little bit of her story. We have recently partnered together in business, and which is just one of the many things that Cheryl does. And so we're going to share a little bit about that more as well. So welcome, Cheryl. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, and I'm happy to be here and share.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so we're going to focus in on more on MIG Living, which is the business that we have recently partnered together in doing. And I would just like to start off by asking you, what was it about MIG that prompted you to join?
It was really more of MIG's purpose, the underlying purpose of wanting to encourage people to be more and do more. That's really been kind of my similar underlying purpose with what I do with my body work, with I do with nutritional and other wellness. My other LLC with my massage business is Healing Key, and its tagline was unlocking your wellness potential. I remember in high school trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do something that I loved, and I wanted to make a difference in improving people's life. And I first found that with massage therapy and helping my father, actually. And I just fell in love with that. That was my passion, and I still love it. Even after 10 years of babies, I've been longing for wanting to get back and doing that, but having no idea how was I supposed to balance that. And Jamie Cross with MIG has given me a vehicle to be able to do both. And I'm just so excited to be able to continue that journey that I had started and not sacrificing being able to be with my family and take care of them. It was just that kind of perfect combination. I'm just like, oh, yes, I need to do this. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I need to do this because this is who I am. This is what I want to do. I feel part of why I'm here.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Every time I've talked to you about your vision and your heart for how you want to help other people live lives where they are addressing holistically their health, mind, body, soul. It's really amazing to hear the vision that has been put on your heart. And one of the things that I think is so incredible, and I've seen this happen in my life too, is that I think when you start walking down the path of these things that you're really passionate about, it's amazing how doors suddenly appear and open. It's like maybe I wouldn't have had the ability to see that opportunity before, but now that I'm walking down this path, these opportunities just present themselves. So that's really amazing. Obviously, I'm thrilled that you have joined this business. We're able to do this together. Um, okay, even just in your past experience and what you've been involved with in the past or the things that you're really passionate about, what about this particular opportunity with MIG kind of sets it apart from others?
A couple things, really. One is just the MIG's promise and commitment to having products that are clean and pure. Like many of our community is kind of learning, and what we're part of our education component of educating people on ingredients and what truly is natural ingredients. And then being able to witness and see how those natural, pure ingredients are changing people's lives, that it makes a difference, that it's not just, we're not trying to just sell you a product on really lofty promises.
Right.
We're encouraging, hey, good things in and on your body. Help your body do what it has already been created to do. We're just helping it do what it knows how to do.
Yeah.
And then seeing that wonderful process. I think that's just a really powerful testimony to the earth, to our creator, to how we're really supposed to use things of the earth for ourselves and for our bodies to just keep the quality and vitality and longevity of our life going in the right direction and not letting it slip through all the other toxins and cruds and exposures that we have. So there's that component. And then just the, I haven't really gotten into skincare per se, not even as like an individual. Early on, makeup and my skin was not friends. And so I I haven't ever really done a lot with my face of adding things on it.
Wow.
I'm trying to keep cleansing products very pure and very simple. Um, have used some other products that use essential oils, but they're water based.
Mhm.
So there are additional additives because of that.
Wow.
But and not really having much of a product based or a format with that, where MIG Gate has that, and that's kind of one of their foremost products. And I don't know if you remember me kind of chatting with you. I'm like, going, I don't have any complaints with my current, but I'm just wondering if MIG is just better, and I want to try it out. And that's another thing. Like, I don't ask my clients or friends to try or do anything that I haven't already tried myself. I make myself the guinea pig and figure it out. Be like, okay, this, this is some good stuff.
Yes.
This I feel comfortable recommending to people that I know and that I love and that I care about.
Yeah.
Um, so that's been that part. And of other things with even with body work, but with essential oils and supplements, sometimes it's hard to I don't know, convince people to, well, I guess not really convince, but to share um, those things when they're maybe not even doing those things or interested in those things, I guess.
Yeah.
Money is one thing, but I feel that our face, which is like our window that everyone is seeing, that is something that everyone, even a little bit, cares about. And like I said, I'm not necessarily a big beauty person, but I do want to feel beautiful
Mhm.
in my skin.
Yeah.
And I want my face and my body to be as beautiful as it can. I'm not necessarily wanting to be all dolled up and pretend to be some diva that I'm not. But I do want to feel beautiful, and I feel that natural products can help me feel beautiful, and knowing that they're good for me,
Mhm.
you know, is in my understanding, and how I feel is beautiful, I guess.
Yeah, that's so good. Oh, that is such a I think that that is such a key for so many men and women. I like, um, even my husband shared his story with MIG products because we have a men's line, and how he has always how his skin feels is directly related to how he feels even going out in public. And he doesn't wear makeup, or he's never had a complicated or big routine, but since starting to use MIG products, it has helped to really reduce a lot of the ruddiness in his face. It has allowed his skin to look healthier. He feels better. So I yeah, human all humans, I think, can relate to that on some level where it's like how we feel in our skin does impact our day. And I recently heard a statistic that for women in North America, the average amount of money that they spend every year on beauty products is $3,700. I'm like, wow. That's a lot of money, but that just goes to show how much people care about this, and it does matter. It's people can stick their noses up at well, I don't who cares about skin or who cares, but we do because it is the first thing that we see in the mornings. It's the first thing that people see when they meet us. Okay, this is a little off script. Tell me. For the person who's just starting out, who's really overwhelmed with, you know, who can I trust and what is actually pure? Because everybody these days says they're pure and natural and non toxic. What piece of advice would you say to someone who is just starting off on this journey of wanting to help reduce the toxic burden on their bodies?
Um, Keep it small and keep it simple, I think is really the key. I feel sometimes we're bombarded with so much information that then we're like, I don't know where to start.
Yeah,
And besides keeping it small and simple, keep it to something that you truly care about. Be true to yourself, because that's going to motivate you to continue with it and continue searching or sticking with it. You're like, I care about whether it's my face, or I care about my body, or I care about um, what I'm cleaning with,
mhm,
or whatever it may be. Start there and try the research and find something that you're wanting to replace, whether that is your multi-purpose cleaner, whether that is your shower wash, whether that is your just chapstick, whatever that it is. um, think of that, product and search for something that is better in the sense of less ingredients that you cannot pronounce, less ingredients, period, of not having so many ingredients. I guess the smaller the ingredient list, the better that it is or closer that it is to being natural and being something that your body is going to recognize and being able to use, and kind of trusting that it's going to be less of a toxic burden on your body. Where that toxic burden, you're like, well, why do I care about that? You
yeah,
care about that because when your body is trying to process toxins, it has less time and energy to fight germs for your immunity. Your
yes,
body only has so many soldiers. And if those soldiers are wrapped up in policing foreign contaminants, then
yep,
it's not able to watch the door of germs and other things that are your body is being presented with. Our bodies are presented with germs and potential cancer cells and whatever every day.
yeah,
It is not something new, uh,
yeah,
but we only have so much resources. That's where it's critical. And so, what you are, you know, think of yourself of a general or a commander of those resources. Of how do you want them to be? Do you want them at the door of openings where there's germs, or do you want them trying to police the microbiome in your gut?
yeah,
Kind of a thing. So you really need to just, where do you want that focus to be? If we take the toxic burden off and
yeah,
we support our gut and giving those resources to our soldiers, so to speak,
yeah,
then they're going to be so much stronger and available for those germs and other foreign invaders coming in, or those cells that are multiplying in a way that shouldn't be multiplying, that they can take care of that before it gets to something that's much more critical and overwhelming, I guess, of the system, becoming a cancer or something, or even an autoimmune issue, um,
yeah,
where it's just everywhere and is trying to police that and keep it in line.
yeah.
Um, Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, this is so I really honestly wish that when I was in my 20s that I had access to this information. And maybe I did. And I just didn't care, just didn't pay attention because I felt fine and I was, running half marathons and I had no problem like maintaining kind of like my ideal weight and I had energy. And it wasn't until after having kids, having babies, and then having massive autoimmune issues surface in my body that I started to pay attention. And in a lot of ways, it was a little too late. It's been a long journey of getting, really working towards getting my body back to a place of optimal health for age 40 and, after having three babies really close together. Um, but I think I've just realized, you may not feel the immediate effects of what you're putting on your skin or what you're consuming or what you're breathing in through your nose, but your body still has to figure out what to do with those things, whether you in the moment feel it or not. Now, when I get around fragrance, I get an immediate headache. Like my body's warning signals go off, like danger, danger, because my body knows it has to process out those toxins. And you're absolutely right. The resources that our body has goes towards fighting off those toxins where it could be used in continuing to fight the constant germs and viruses and the bacteria and all the things that our body is constantly having to battle that we have no control over. But we do have control over what we put on our skin and what we put inside our bodies and what we breathe in for the most part through our nose. Um, okay, so changing gears just a little bit, just even coming back to the business, what hesitations or fears did you have thinking about starting a new entrepreneur? And you are already an entrepreneur, but starting kind of a new entrepreneurial endeavor. Um, and how did you overcome them to ultimately decide to take this leap?
Well, I'll be honest, they're not overcome yet. I am working on them. um, I'm it's kind of funny. I never labeled or thought of myself as an introvert. I didn't really know if I was an introvert or extrovert. It
Yeah.
wasn't until actually I got married to an introvert that then I realized that I also have introvert tendencies. But it makes sense as a massage therapist. I would be in a room with one person at a time for the whole day, and that was fine. Or if I didn't have a client, I was fine just listening to my massage music and being by myself. I was like, oh, that's really kind of an introverted kind of tendency. Well, what do you know? So I'm not, but I do enjoy being with other people.
Yeah.
I enjoy being with people that I associate as my tribe. And my tribe is kind of different. I have different interests. And so I think I have little mini tribes. Um, with that, so why I'm even going that direction, getting out there and just talking to random people about something that I care about that I'm not necessarily sure if they want to hear about it. That is a big scary fear.
Yeah.
And unfortunately I have some self-doubt, some self worth, some self um, acknowledging of like just getting out there and not letting their no be personal.
Mhm.
That is a big hurdle that I still need to deal with, actually. But I'm learning and realizing and discovering that actually the MIG team and community, the Flourish family, and the trainings and different things that MIG itself and my Flourish family is giving me tools and educating me on how to get that right in my head.
Mhm.
Because currently in my head, and that negative talk is not truth.
Mhm.
And I haven't really addressed it. I haven't gone to, I guess, not really war, but I haven't challenged that in my headspace
Yeah.
before. And this is, in a sense, creating an opportunity to address that headspace. It's not good, whether I'm in this business or not. That negative talk is not good for me emotionally. It's not good for me mentally.
Mhm.
And that is helping me grow and be something bigger and better.
Mhm.
And I want to grow. I don't want to be in the same spot, but sometimes we have to put ourselves in a position or an opportunity that makes us take those steps that we want to take, but without the challenge,
Yeah.
we sit back and just be like, I'll just do that later. When,
Brain keeping you safe.
right, exactly. When later will always be there.
Yeah.
But if you can get past it, oh my gosh, look what you have opened up to.
Yeah.
And that's where I want to be, is, I guess, in those open skies, open areas to be more.
Yeah.
But, and I don't, and I'm, the other thing is this year, COVID and all that for
Yeah.
me has, I've let go of the planning aspect of needing to know what needs to happen next or is going to happen next. I've kind of given up that whole horse, buried that hatchet. And I think this opportunity is kind of allowing me, well, okay, you've given that up. So this is what you get to do next. And I'm just like, okay. But like what we started with, I'm like, I have a passion to improve people's lives. That's what I want to do. It's not about me at all. It's about me helping you and locking arms, being beside, um, really lifting others with me
Yeah.
as I'm becoming a better person
Mhm.
and doing more and improving myself of these qualities of being a better person, just a better person.
Yeah.
um, Allows me to bring others with me to also be better people, people that we all really want to be, not
Yeah.
being a person I want you to be,
Mhm.
but being the better person you want to be, that you see yourself or you would dream or want to be.
Yeah.
um, these opportunities are hopefully, or my hope is that, and my vision is taking us there.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Oh, this is like these conversations are what get me up in the morning. Like literally. I have been in full-time vocational ministry since I was 23, 4. I can't remember, somewhere around there. And although there are actually a lot of entrepreneurial aspects to vocational ministry, being in this world for the past 5 years, but really, more fully present in this world the past 2 years, I have experienced and then seen in other people's lives the incredible growth factor that they, if they allow this opportunity to grow them and shape them and stretch them and allow them to step out of their comfort zone into something that they maybe would have never considered before, it is transforming for people, completely transforming. It has been for me. It has been for so many women and men that I've gotten to like have a front row seat to watch this in their lives. So anyway, I'm excited you're here doing this. And we always joke because there are a lot of different entrepreneurial avenues you can go, but network marketing in particular is basically, bottom line, a personal development experience with a compensation plan attached. You don't get a degree in network marketing. You don't get, this isn't like some sort of you need to develop the skills and then step into it. This is literally, you step into it, you do it afraid, you do it without the skills, you do it without having all your ducks in a row. And then you watch and see what inward transformation happens as you're serving people and you get paid for it. It's literally incredible. I'm so passionate about this opportunity. Okay, my final question for you is, Um, what are your dreams like for the future? And, how kind of MIG does fit into that, but even just with your grander vision of how you want to serve and help people when you see yourself 3 to 5 years from now, what are your dreams?
There's so many, really. Um, I guess I talked about kind of baby steps. So, kind of like my first steps of where I want to be is being able to have the choice and not worry, being able to buy all organic food for my family. To not
Yes,
have the compromise of being like going, well, I'll get these things, but then kind of not so much on these other things. Um, Being able to the next thing is like being able to continue to rid my home of things that have some kind of toxic load, like
yeah.
furniture and mattresses.
Mhm.
um, right now they're kind of unattainable of just with the expense of it. But I'm aware of that, so it's kind of like I want to rid that. But then outside of my family and my home is that I want to truly help others,
Mhm.
whether that's a neighbor, whether that's a fellow church member, whether that's my my kids school in that community or the greater community or even of the world. um, I want to make some kind of impact where I'm able to help somebody who needs a car so they can keep a job and earn an income to help their family get their basic needs.
Yeah,
I want to be able to support our community leaders, whether it's the teachers or the school board or our local sheriff or governments or whatever, to do what they can do for the greater good and supporting them on what they are trying to do. Um, but helping, I guess, the greater, powers that be making good choices that honor our freedoms and to be able to do more.
yeah,
And it's nice to know that MIG is already kind of helping us all be greater in that each purchase goes toward stopping and helping those that are stuck in human trafficking.
yeah,
That is a worldwide thing.
yeah,
And to be able to know that I'm helping with that with each little purchase, and
yeah,
that my customers and other people that discover MIG and love it are also doing that. You have to feel good about that,
yeah,
that your
yes,
little, I guess, and in sake indulgence is actually making a worldwide impact.
yeah,
That's a really neat and powerful thing. um, I feel that it kind of drives home the idea that one person can make a difference.
yeah,
And I think sometimes that negative talk tells us that we can't, that we're too small.
yeah,
But as we all know, 100 pennies make a dollar.
yep,
Small and simple things can do big movements, can
yeah,
impact a lot.
yeah,
So
absolutely,
that's the greater thing of being able to do more with my time for
yeah,
the community, to do more and serve and just share the Lord's love through
yeah,
what I can do with my means and abundance that I hope to have through this
yeah,
vehicle, and share the talents that I've been gifted. We're asked to share our talents, and that was kind of part of my heartache of like, I have this talent to of a skill that can help people, of knowledge that can help people, but I can't do share that very well when I'm home with my kids.
yeah,
What am
right,
I supposed to do, Lord? They're both good things. What am I supposed to do?
right,
And then it kind of pops in this opportunity of that I hear you're sharing and learning and educating. I'm like, oh, this is interesting, of just how much I'm seeing you learn and grow. And I'm like going, this is really good for you. I'm happy for you that you are learning and taking that journey, I'm like going, this is an intriguing, combination. I'm going to watch her for a little bit. and, and yeah. And so, and I think I shared with you or whatever that, Jamie Cross, the founder of MIG, was talking about Ayurvedic medicine. Like, you don't hear people talking about Ayurvedic medicine very often.
Nope.
And being more holistically minded and learning, going over in Thailand and learning and actually doing kind of more of their spas, body spas, and having like a full body mask of Thai herbs and different
Woo,
things.
amazing.
Having a steam shower in a sense, or just experiencing that when I was in Thailand and kind of knowing the different aspects of Ayurvedic medicine, like on this gets my attention because
Yep.
it's completely different and it's so good for our bodies. There's an intelligence of methodology that the Western world has not really tapped into too much, and that she is introducing that and sharing that and educating people in that. I'm like going, okay, this has got to be good, or like, I don't know, this just has to be good. So yeah, my first purchase was that body brush for that Ayurvedic discipline. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so good. I love it. I love your heart. I love your vision. I love just even where you're positioned in your community and with your skills and your knowledge and what you have to offer. And I'm also really thankful for your courage in stepping into something new. It does take a tremendous amount of courage. And for those of you who are watching who are connected to Cheryl and you already know her, you've experienced how amazing she is. This is, what she has stepped into is a really big deal. And you probably also know Cheryl doesn't just step into things. you are not a shiny object person.
No.
Oh, very intentional and thoughtful, and take your time to make wise decisions about things. So we want to invite you to learn more about this as well. And if you are watching and if you're connected to Cheryl, um, she is armed with lots of incredible education and background behind why this is really pretty unique, especially in this space of network marketing. There truly are very few people out there doing what Jamie Cross has created through this company. And even just to come sit and learn more and just walk away a little bit more inspired, we have amazing resources that we would love to get into your hands. Cheryl would love to introduce you to the education behind our formulations and our products. So don't be shy, reach out. Just
Come
learn.
just watch us.
Just watch, just learn, take it all in. But thank you so much, Cheryl, for joining me today and for sharing a little bit more of your heart. I just adore you, and I'm so thankful that we get to do this together.
Thank you for the opportunity, even though it was intimidating.
You did it.
I did it.
Good for you. Okay, everyone, thank you so much. If you are intrigued, please reach out through like private message or comment below, and we will get in touch with you for sure. Thanks so much and have an amazing Monday.
Bye.
Bye.